Hey guys, how's it going? So Asapura drum heads, also known as ASPR, they're really good Japanese drum heads. They're going to be exactly what you would expect from a Remo, an Evans or an Aquarian. They're a professional drumhead. That's what I found. I got the ST-250C, both coated about a 10 inch and a 12 inch, and the S2, which is a heavier skin coated to 14 inches for two different drum kits. Used them for 6 months. Longevity very good, durability really good, and the tones are exactly what you'd expect from either a thin skin or a heavy skin. So if that's all you need to know, check them out. They're well worth it. Just give the video a like and you can head off. If you want to hear sound samples, here we go. The ST-250 is a thinner skin. It's a 1-ply. They say it's medium. That's the one that you're going to hear on Tom 1. And then the S2 is a heavier skin. You're going to hear that in the floor tom. These are fresh skins that are on the drum kit. So keep that in mind. You're going to hear two samples, one without dampening and one with dampening. So overtones on that rack tom, very lively. That is the thinner skin, so that was the ST-250. On that, that's the 12 inch. That drum kit is very lively anyway, but I had the same thing on the floor, or sorry, not on the floor, on the smaller drum kit, and it was extremely lively on that tom as well. Just a lot of overtones. That's the one thing I would say about the thinner skin. But on the S2, the thicker, heavier skin, it was just perfection. But that's my favorite. I like a nice thick skin. Okay, so I hope this picks it up on the iPhone camera. I don't think it will. This is just detuned and finger tight on each one of the skins. And it shows you how much I prefer the heavier one, or why I like a thicker skin. Granted, it's on a bigger drum, but still. Have a listen. Go again. Thicker skins are just better. I seated the head lovely there, and I'm very happy the way it sits on the bearing edge of the drum. In terms of the tuning, both of them very easy to tune, except for the 10 inch, which I'm bringing back again. This 10 inch was quite difficult to tune at the beginning. I seated the drum, and like I said, it's seated beautifully. But the problem was I left it for a day, and then when I went to bring it to a gig, try to detune it a little bit because it was way too high, it just wasn't going down. After a few gigs it went down, so it was fine. But all in all, it's very easy to tune. All right, longevity, it's excellent. And that was the big question that I had, because you don't want to spend money, especially if you've got a working drum kit and you're gigging. This was my gigging kit most of the time, playing smaller. This is just shy off 100 gigs. You can see it's taken quite a beating, and you'd expect all these things to happen with the black and the marks, but they're really good. Never showed any sign of cracking or breaking. Excellent longevity on these. All right, so high tuning, I played a lot of jazz on that drum kit, and it's excellent for high tuning, especially for the thinner skin, because it's very, very lively on the thinner skin. Have a listen to this here. For the brushes on both of these, because they're coated, they sound really good with brushes. And for lower tuning, you can expect a nice growl off the toms. You can hear a little bit more on the thicker skin of the tip of the stick, which I really, really like, especially for a nice fat sound off the toms. Have a listen. If you are into Pinstripe like I am, then you want the heavy ASPR. That's the one you want. That would be the heavy. I would say that the ST-250C would be kind of like an Emperor, or maybe even an Ambassador. Something in between the two of them. So that's it, guys. If you pick these up, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to be very happy with them. You're going to get a good quality skin that's going to make a nice round tone out of the drums that you have. It's not going to be the skin that lets you down. So you'll be happy with them. It comes in at a very competitive price. It's a little lower than Remo, Evans or Aquarian, but you're only talking about a couple of euros or bucks after. So it's not going to really be that much of a change, but it's definitely worth checking it out. My favorite of that is the S2, the heavier skin. I love it. I really, really love it. I love a whole drum kit full of the S2s. That would be what I would pick. I think there's just a really nice tone off it. It's exactly what I want from a thicker skin. I want to hear the tip of the stick on the skin. I want that to come through the microphone. I want there to be a deeper sound. I want less overtones. That's what I feel that drum skin does. The other one, the ST-250C, it's a little too lively for me. I'm not hearing a lot of the stick on the skin, but maybe you don't want to hear that. Maybe you want to hear the sound that creates. It's personal to the sound that you want. So definitely check them out. Hit the video a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.